without further ado, I'm going to hand over to George Swift, who is going to share his perspective and some tips to keep going. So thank you, George.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia. Thanks for being here. Welcome to everybody who's listening. I think it's good actually that I'm going straight out the gate, straight up front, because we've been running success groups now for 10 years, 8 years, BBB for 10 years, just like Julia, having our anniversary at home, locked in isolation. And we've got like 80 plus members right now, all business owners. And the message that I've been putting out to these guys right from the get-go is about fear and about understanding fear. And I had a long history of dealing with people in fear-based scenarios and situations in my past, and then working with business owners for the last 8 years. A big part is looking at our emotional conditioning, looking at our emotional state, and looking at how if we can't moderate our own emotional responses, then we're not going to be performing at our absolute best. And right now, given what we're going through as business owners, we have to be 100% operating at the best we possibly can. So I want to get stuck in and talk about fear. And number one, if you are feeling fear in this current time, you are a fully functioning human being. You wouldn't be normal if you weren't having a degree of worry, anxiety, or fears. And these things will tend to come in waves. So you might find that you'll find a relative amount of calm and peace, and then something will trigger you, something will happen, we'll go back into that place of fear and stuff. The bottom line is really simple. During this current time, my message to all my business owners is, number one, limit any damage that might happen during this period to your business. Number two, you want to maximize on any opportunities that are available to you out there right now. They might be thinner on the ground than normal, but they're still there, and we need to be out there still fighting for those. And number three, we've got to get ready, right? I mean, I felt it myself. I see business owners, it's like, you know what, I'll just go to bed and I'll wait this thing out. The truth of the matter is we've got to be ready when this thing passes, which it will. We don't know when exactly. There'll be an opportunity, obviously, that arises there, and we want to be on that start line, absolutely ready to smash it. So number one, the negative aspects of having fear. So whilst it's the most normal thing right now for you to be in fear and to have trepidations and anxieties, the truth is it's killing your personal performance. So the fear response is the fight, flight, or freeze response. So flight, fight, or freeze. Try and say that one. Response. And none of those are going to serve us right now in our business. We want to be creative. We've got some great panelists here. We've got some awesome content coming up. If you're in a fear state of mind, you literally will not be able to function clear enough in order to be able to apply the great stuff that we've got coming up for you right now. So I want you to come back to that peace of calm as often as possible. And I know it can sometimes seem crazy, but you can get yourself back to that place of calm. And I often refer to it like the T in tennis. If you watch tennis, obviously all cancelled, but if you see tennis, they always come back to the T, because when you're at that T, you can cover the whole court. When we're running around chasing and reacting to the environment and chasing and reacting to news and anxieties and fears and everything else, we're not covering our bases. So we want to keep coming back to that T and that place of calm and that place of peace. And we want to find our way back to that as much as possible. So number one, I want you to be mindful of where you're at. So, self-awareness is absolutely key in personal performance, knowing how I'm behaving, how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, and how that's affecting what I'm actually doing, and therefore, obviously, the results I'm coming back. Number two, you want to be constantly mindful that fear is not going to work, right? Your brain is going to keep saying, let's panic, this is going to solve our problems. You've got to be mindful the whole time of saying, right, this is not going to work, this is not going to work, and keep repeating that mantra to yourself, like almost every second of every day when that fear starts to bubble up. And number three, you want to have a reset in place. So if you're into meditation, mindfulness, yoga, walking the dog, watching Netflix comedies, having a laugh, having a drink, you've got to give yourself these resets. So the things that used to work for you before, we typically dump them out the window when we go into sort of like blind fear. We want to bring those things back into place. So most of us, we have our go-tos, those things that make us feel calm, relaxed, things that make us laugh. Go back to those things and make sure that you're bringing those in, almost like a prescription, whether it's daily or certainly whenever you need to, with fear. And really my last point I wanted to say here was the importance of having the right community around you. So, Bigger, Bright, Bold and Success Groups, I already said we've got like 80 business owners plus in there, from startups all the way through to like 10 million pound businesses. And it's about making sure that you are part of the right community. Now, communities are popping up all over Facebook, LinkedIn, everything else. Think about deer. And if you go to a park and one deer startles and runs, it's meant to evolutionarily trigger all those deer and the whole lot run, right? Without really thinking why are we running, right? I'm running, why are you running? I'm running because they're running, why are they running? Well, no one knows why they're running, right? The first one got startled and ran. So if you're in a community where panic is running rife, or fear mongering, or people saying, oh, it's all crap, it's all shit, we're all going to hell, that is not a positive environment to be around right now. You want to be in environments that make you, that inspire you, that motivate you, that challenge your aspirations right now, challenge maybe how you're thinking, challenge the perceptions maybe of the market out there, and be surrounded by people that just make it easier for you to perform at your best and operate your best. So really, during these times right now, you want to be really, really mindful of who your friends are, inverted commas, online and offline. But be really mindful of those people around you, and be mindful of the influence that they're having on you. Are they constructively adding to your experience right now and helping you to perform at your best and think at your best and most clearly, or do they have their own kind of underhand agenda, not mean agenda, but where they want you to buy into their fear, their panic, their misery? And these are values we've stood for 8 years, and they're values that are never more important right now. The last thing I want to say really quickly, Chilean miners is a story that someone brought up in our club recently. And what it was is that at any point with the Chilean miners, there was always a group of people that were really positive and on it and were functioning highly. And there was a group of people that were maybe losing it, right? But it wasn't always the same people. And during those times down there, what they found was that the ones that were strong supported the ones that were having vulnerable moments, but the ones that were vulnerable would have their own strong moments, and they would support the ones that were weak. So whilst I'm saying get yourself into these communities to support you, also be the supporter to other people, because they will then be there for you when you need them back for yourself. I wasn't timing, Julia. I don't know what the time was roughly.
You ran over.
Oh, did I? Oh,
No stress there. Thank you, George. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.